I'm reacting to this clean video. I'll be back. Should we watch this clean video? Clean's a good friend of mine, but I feel like I might disagree with him here. So let's see.
All right, what's going on, guys? So we have got to talk about Arena Breakout. If you guys don't know what Arena Breakout is, it's a new extraction tactical FPS game made by Chinese development company GDC Vault. And I'm just gonna get straight to the point. The game is a freaking ripoff of Escape from Tarkov. The game itself is not bad. However, it does not deserve any praise either. It's kind of like in this weird neutral territory for me. These developers have...
Right off rip, I'm reading chat and you guys are malding. And I'm going to say this. I thoroughly enjoy this game, okay? Arena Breakout. But objectively, what Clean is saying is true. I don't understand why we have to pick such like there's no nuance to anything. You have to be completely on side A or completely on side B. Like everything I'm reading is like, fuck Clean, what a piece of shit, you bootlicker, blah, 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 blah. This game is no doubt a copy of Tarkov, like blatant ripoff. It's like, there's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. Everybody knows this. There's no doubt. It's very true. It is a complete ripoff. Like how, if you say it's not a ripoff, you're crazy. I challenge everybody that's straight up ripping into Clean right now, saying all that crazy shit, to just listen to the things that he's saying and make an actual formulated opinion yourself. You don't have to be on side A. You don't have to be on side B. Literally everything in this world, every argument is nuanced. You are allowed to have a nuanced opinion. You don't need Twitter brain. You are allowed to just take a deep breath and formulate your own opinion. Everything that he's said so far is true, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. It doesn't mean you shouldn't play it. It doesn't mean you don't have to have a closed mind. Okay?
Literally gone to the point to copy Tarkov so much that they have even copied the painkiller sharpening effect.
That is funny because nobody likes the painkiller sharpening effect in the first place. So it's like, it's clear that like that's hilarious.
Name one other FPS game that has painkillers where the overlay effect when you're on the drug is sharpening. Oh wait, there isn't another game. Tarkov is literally the only game that has ever done that. And what's funny is the Tarkov community doesn't even like that, and that is something that Battlestate has changed. Who the f adds that to a game, thinking that, oh yeah, that's going to be a really cool effect that people like? People complain about the sharpening effect.
I thought BSG was the only company dumb enough to add a painkiller sharpening effect, to be honest with you.
In Tarkov.
But BSG constantly adds things that nobody likes. Like BSG is also the same company that added a $250 pay-to-win version of the game and put it out. It's like, oh, people are going to love this. You know, so he's got a point. I can't believe that Arena Breakout devs would add that too. People are saying Left 4 Dead did it. I don't even remember that game, bro. I was probably like barely even alive at that point.
Granted, I don't think the game is bad. I think it's a really cool free-to-play game that is like for Tarkov dads. You know, it's a game that isn't as serious, is a bit more accessible. It's obviously free, which is, you know, that makes it super accessible right away. And it doesn't require like the same amount of time commitment and sync as it would in Tarkov. And there's also a lot of really nice quality of life features with the menus and certain things that just make gameplay a little bit easier. Like when you're in a match, you can just see your friends and their name tags like through walls and stuff over the head. So you never really have to guess like, hey, is this you? Is this me? This is me. This is you. And you're not having to like communicate your position all the time. And that's something in Tarkov that's pretty tough.
So I somewhat agree with what he's saying and somewhat don't. I think that at this point, I think that, okay, 3.5, 4 years ago, I would have agreed with all of this, but Tarkov is for Tarkov dads to me at this point. Like this game, I got into this earlier, but you know, it's not, I'd like to retouch on it. Tarkov is for Tarkov dads. Now, like maybe the barrier for entry is lower in ABI, right? It's better performance, it's free, etc., etc. It's even been a mobile game, which is crazy. Obviously, this is different than a mobile game, but it's like the same concept. The thing is, like, if we just talk about, okay, why do most people, like, what's most people's goal when they play a game like this? To make money, right? To, you know, make money. In Tarkov, the meta to make money is not to go in and be, you know, good at the game, fight people, kill everybody, take all the player gear out, right? The meta for making money in Tarkov now is to run fucking scav runs, don't shoot anybody, go on a dead unpopulated server in the middle of the night, loot filing cabinets, sell all the shit from the filing cabinets, and then never fight any. You just go in as you people play scav runs. I say this all the time. And people think I'm joking. I'm not. Chat can attest. Many of them do it. It's not their fault for doing it. It's BSG's fault for making that the meta. You people play scav runs, no fucking volume at all, working from home on a Zoom call. On a Zoom call. Just looting filing cabinets, dead bodies, whatever's around, making millions. I don't blame people for doing it. It's like, bro, fuck, I would be doing it too if I worked from home. The problem is, in a game with a balanced economy that's engaging to play, that should not be possible. You should have to be like, if Tarkov was such a hardcore, intense game like they claim to be, you would have to actually play the game in order to be successful in the game. This game, it may look like it's not hardcore because of or challenging because, you know, it's got the UI and this and that, and, you know, it seems like easier to understand, but like you have to be sweating your ass off to make money. And I've seen very good players, dude, shit, even me the first couple of days, I was broke as fuck. I was so broke. This may look like a Tarkov light, but I think if you actually played it, you'd realize if you're not like mechanically sound and like hitting good shots and making good plays and shit, you're gonna get laid out. And I don't think that's the case in Tarkov.
And it really takes a lot of experience to be able to work as a team in that game, just because you lack so much information. You only have the environment to rely on PID and sound and stuff for your teammates. So again, Arena Breakout, I don't think is a bad game, but at the same time, I don't believe it deserves praise because it is completely unoriginal. It is literally doing everything that it can to try and grab the Tarkov community as much as it possibly can by implementing features that these devs think the Tarkov community likes. Even the SA-58, when you shoot it in that game, it literally feels like pre-recoil rework for Escape from Tarkov. Like it literally, like the front of the gun flips up.
The
It's
recoil
like kind of
in this
uncontrollable.
game is almost entirely like old Tarkov recoil, which is kind of funny.
The scope kind of moves backwards and the gun just looks like weird and cattywampus when you shoot it, just like old Tarkov recoil. Literally just seems like any little fine detail that they did to design Arena Breakout was essentially done by looking at Tarkov under a microscope and trying to figure out, okay, how much can we use to make it look exactly like Tarkov and feel like Tarkov, but still not be Tarkov.
I agree.
Thinking that it's gonna somehow swoon the entire EFT community to go over and hop and play the game. Granted, you know, a lot of people are playing it right now. There's drops, there's, you know, it's a new game that's out. You know, people want like these hardcore extraction style games, but I think
Speaking of Gray Zone, to me, I hated that game. I had no fun on Gray Zone. That shit was so boring to me, bro. I was losing my mind playing that game.
people want them, at least me, I want them to be more original. I think Gray Zone has done a really good job of that. They're trying to like get that infill exfil type vibe, but in their own way. You know, they're not just copying the homework with worse handwriting verbatim word for word. They're, you know, reinventing the formula and making another story in their essay, just again using that as an analogy. So I'm just kind of torn because again, like BSG kind of put themselves in a bad spot, kind of made them hard to be trusted, you know, made people kind of lose faith in the studio and the game and the direction in terms of where it's
100%.
going. And then, you know, here comes Arena Breakout. Hey, I'm free. You free tonight? Like, you want to, you know, hang out? Like, oh, did you and your boyfriend escape from Tarkov breakup? Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Man, you know, I got all these things that you might like. Like, I'm pretty similar. Like, you know, I go to the gym too and have tattoos, you know, because I know you're into that. So it's this weird.
I mean, that's accurate.
The game and how it's trying to appeal to people, and like how it really feels like they're trying to use the situation to their leverage.
The design is very human.
To basically just like snatch up a lot of homeless, as they've said literally verbatim in their tweets, homeless people from the Tarkov community to come play Arena Breakout. And so like the game isn't bad. It's a Tarkov dad game. It's way more casual. I played it and I had some fun with some friends and we did PvP and had like squad play and stuff, and it was a good time. But like at the end of the day, it's not a better game than Tarkov. If you let me choose Arena Breakout or Tarkov, I choose Tarkov every fucking day. It's the better game.
Now,
better quality, even with the issues that it has. Don't get me wrong, like Tarkov, I'm not trying to.
I disagree, but you have to keep in mind, Clean and I enjoy very different games. You know what I'm saying? Like, Clean loves that. Clean can go play a single player like mil simmy game for fucking 14 hours and have a blast just because like that's his thing, right? I need that. Like I enjoy the whole PvP shit like that. Like we just like different games, bro, and that's okay. Obviously, his opinion is very subjective, as is mine.
You know, I try and just always hold a much neutral stance on situations like this I can, so I can give you guys the information that you want to hear from an unbiased perspective. I've been playing Fallout New Vegas on stream, and there's like drops for Arena Breakout going, I don't care, I'm making mod packs for New Vegas and having a great time. You know, overall, it's just, this whole situation's weird. The game is weird, and just more things are coming out that kind of show that it literally looks like these people have actually stolen from Battlestate. I need to get some more evidence. I can't say that with 100% certainty that that is actually the case, but there's just stuff coming out every single day that just seems more and more like, huh, that looks just like Tarkov. Weird, that animation looks just like Tarkov. There's literally a M4 reload in Arena Breakout that has the exact same bone positions in the left hand as it does in Tarkov.
It does. Like a lot of that shit is blatantly ripped from Tarkov, like no question. And we haven't even gotten into like the models and shit. He's not even a PvP person, so of course he won't pick a game that focuses on PvP rather than PvE. So how is this an unbiased take on ABI? That's the problem. There was no unbiased, I don't know how to explain this to you, bro. There's no such thing as an unbiased take. My take is very biased. I know what I like in games. His take is very biased. He knows what he likes in games. He's his own person. He has his own opinions, bro. There's no such thing as an unbiased take. The real problem here is there's so many streamers that, like, the reason I think that Clean and honestly, Clean is very hated, very infamous streamer with a lot of people, and honestly I'm the same way, almost on the opposite spectrum. Like, if I make a tweet or post a YouTube video, half of the damn comments are negative, bro. And I think that's just because we are just like open about our opinions and people get so mad. I don't understand why you guys can't just accept somebody having a different opinion without getting emotional. Like, his take is not unbiased. He never claimed it was unbiased. There's no such thing as having an unbiased take. When he says that he's got like an, you know, like an unbiased take, he means like it's just his personal take. He's not affiliated with Tarkov. He doesn't work with Tarkov, you know? He doesn't even have, if anything, Clean is going to be more honest than anyone because Clean barely even streams Tarkov. He doesn't care about the Twitch numbers. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. Right? Like, he doesn't care. Why would he be shilling for Tarkov when he plays it less than any other streamer that plays Tarkov?
Literally looks 1-to-1. And granted, like, you know, there's only so many different ways you can reload an M4 in a video game, right? But when the skeleton of the first person actor is exactly the same, that is going to make me question some things. Overall, I'm really curious to see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Again, I'm not trying to chill for BSG, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm Team Battlestate, oh, Arena Breakout. Like, honestly, fuck them both right now. You know, I'm just trying to give you guys my most unbiased opinion and how I'm looking at this whole situation as somebody who's not, you know, really into the game. Like, it didn't hook me. Like, it felt soulless.
Yeah,
honestly.
like I said, when he says unbiased, he doesn't mean he doesn't have, it's objective. I'm sure he just means like he doesn't have any, you know, he's not on either side. He doesn't have, I can't think of the fucking saying, bro. It doesn't really matter what happens.
So anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate your guys' time. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.
So to me, to like wrap up this, just my opinion on this whole thing, there are very good, yeah, affiliation, skin in the game. Yes, exactly. No horse in the race. That's exactly what I was looking like. No skin in the game. He doesn't care what game's successful. It does not matter to him. Dude, Clean plays Tarkov on wipe because he enjoys it, and then he plays some other random bullshit. Like, he does not care. It could be 2 a.m. and he'll go live playing what's he playing, Fallout right now? He's watching Hutch watch his video. But like look, like, he plays whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants. Like, he does not care about the Twitch numbers, the hype, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Kenshi at 2 a.m. Like, he doesn't care. So when Clean says, like, he's unbiased, he means he doesn't care what game's successful. So my point is, Clean makes a lot of good points here. But to me, and what I want out of the game, like, I think what Clean and I want out of Tarkov is different. And that's okay. I think what Clean and I want out of any game is different. And that's okay. Like, he made a lot of good points. Some of which, I mean, they're undeniable. Like, the copying shit, it's clear that this game is a ripoff off Tarkov. It's clear. But I just disagree with the whole game not being as fun as Tarkov. I just feel like this game has so many things that Tarkov can't do. It's just like how do you stop at BSG? How do you compete? I don't think BSG can compete. I just don't think BSG can compete. Like, for example, okay, big problem. Obviously, the RMT problem is massive in Tarkov. What was Tarkov's solution to it? Okay, let's bring a ton of RMT restrictions. So you can't drop this in raid, can't drop that in raid, can't do this, can't do that, blah, blah, blah. No Bitcoins. If you get caught bringing your friends too much stuff, we're going to ban you for 90 days for whatever reason. You're not going to be able to sell any gear off the players you kill because that'll just incentivize cheaters to kill you and take your gear, and then you won't have fun because you're dying to cheaters. Can't give your friends any keys, can't give your friends any loot. You can't do half the things that make the game fun. This game was like, oh, I know how to fix that. Instead of not being able to do half the things you want to do, we're just going to make it so that if I load in with a friend and drop him a bunch of gear, no matter what happens, if he extracts, all that gear gets sent right back to me instantly, right after the game ends. Like, how are you going to RMT when you can't even do that? Like take the gear out of the raid. It's such a like I never would have thought about that in a million years, and this game just did it like first try, no problem, boom. There's just so many things that are now that we can sell player gear on the flea. What was Tarkov's biggest problem with that? Oh, a bunch of hatchet runners. How are we going to fix the hatchet runners? Oh, we're just going to make it so that the game modes with good loot are locked by your gear score or gear value when you load into the raid, plus a little paywall where you have to pay a certain amount of in-game currency to get into that game. Like, there's just things that Tarkov, being the first game of its kind, I don't think it was reasonable to expect them to know how to fix that and like design that within their game. But now that Tarkov has been around and a game developer with way more funding and time, and that's been able just to like look from the sidelines for a bit and figure out what Tarkov's faults are, to come around and make Tarkov better, it's just like, it's no wonder they did that. They had the they had the blueprint. Aqua's had some great takes on this whole thing too. It's like you said, Arena had the blueprint for everything good in Tarkov and everything bad in Tarkov. They knew what to take that was good, they knew what to scrap that was bad, and they had the foundation to go in there and just do it. So like, there's some people that are going to be like loyalists to Tarkov, there's some people that are really fed up with Tarkov right now and they want to play a new game. And there's the third class, which I would, like to welcome everybody on board to, because I feel like that's where I'm at with the whole thing, is just gamers that want to play a fun game and don't really care about the whole like politics side of everything at this point. I feel like at the end of the day, why not just play a game that's fun? You know what, man? A lot of people don't like Arena Breakout. A lot of people don't like how the whole, how close it is to Tarkov, sitting right with them, blah, blah, blah. I get it, bro. Cool. Don't play it. With that being said, I don't think that means I'm like never gonna play Tarkov again. It doesn't mean I'm like not gonna play next wipe. I don't think I'm gonna play it like as long into the wipe. And honestly, that's not because this game's come out. I have for the past few wipes just kind of like not been playing as much late wipe because it's not fun for me. I love early wipe Tarkov, can't really stand late wipe Tarkov. A lot of that is because of the whole game design stuff. It is what it is. This game looks like a lot of fun. I've played a shit ton of it in the beta, and I'm getting kind of bored of it now, obviously, because I played a shit ton of it in the beta, but I'm super excited for them to drop like the whole game, and I think I'm gonna play a ton of it. So like next couple weeks, once this beta ends, my friend's making a cool DayZ server I want to check out. I'm probably gonna do a Fallout playthrough. But Nikita's been going crazy tweeting about how they like stole the meshes of the models and stuff. And obviously if they did actually do that, like that's very wrong and they should sue them and do whatever they gotta do. I don't know anything about this. And the thing is, I don't think it's my job or your job to care. I think that with the current like state of the internet, everybody wants to be a detective and everybody wants to be like, super in on what's going on, blah, 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 blah. It's just like not our job. If they did, they should sue them. I would even argue that if there was a real legal case, the CEO or whatever director of Battlestate Games wouldn't be like rage tweeting and posting screenshots on Twitter. I would argue that the legal counsel would probably advise against that. I'm not even super worried about this. Like I said, I'm more so on the team of like, I just kind of want to have fun playing a game. I would even argue, fellow gamers out there, that all the energy spent worrying about all this bullshit would be much better spent doing literally anything else. Go to the gym or fucking plant a damn garden, spend time with your family, whatever it is. I don't think that any of us are going to look back 5 years from now and be like, damn, I wish I kept more up to date on the Battlestate Games, Arena Breakout drama. Play more games even, like do whatever you enjoy, because I promise you this whole tension of arguing, attacking people online, all this shit, like this makes me sound
it's not
worth it.